Replacing the filter is easy. I'm tracing the filter housing door with my finger. We'll begin by finding the raised ridges on the edge and depress, and swinging the door open and removing it completely. The filter mechanism is spring-loaded, so with two fingers we'll pull down and out and remove the old filter. Make sure you remove the filter cup and save this, as you'll want it for the replacement filter. This is your replacement filter. Let's remove it from the box. You'll notice it comes in a plastic bag. Let's take it out of the bag. And on either end you'll notice white caps covering the ports. You have to remove these white caps before you install the replacement filter. To put in the new filter is easy as well. We'll start by taking the filter cup and installing it on the replacement filter, installing that into the housing at the bottom, pushing on the spring-loaded mechanism to seat the top, and then giving it a good firm wiggle to make sure that it's in there straight. Next, we'll want to reset your filter life indicator. With the power button illuminated green, we'll depress it, turning the power button to red. Then right above the filter, we'll depress the reset button. You'll notice the numbers will come on and then revert to 0. The power button will revert to red, and we'll turn it back to green so that you can begin processing water again. Lastly, we'll reinsert the filter housing door by aligning the slots and snapping it into place. When the water first comes out of your ionizer, the very first time, there could be carbon dust, which will cause the color of the water to be slightly charcoal. Let the water run for approximately a minute until the water comes back out clear again. Replacing the calcium is easy too. You'll remember from the quick tour that the calcium port's located on top next to the drinking water spout. To remove it, you simply turn it and lift. If it's sticky, just use a butter knife to pry it up a little bit and it'll come right out. We remove the old calcium insert, discard of it, remove the plastic cover from the new insert, put it back in the cap, give it a twist, make sure it's in there firm, reinsert the cap into the port and turn it so that it's locked. If this isn't done, the water will leak from the top. Should you ever need to replace your fuse, the first thing you'll want to do is unplug your ionizer. Then, in the reagent kit bag, we included a spare fuse. Simply remove the black cap and the old fuse and replace it with the new fuse. And thread the cap back on. Firm, but don't over tighten it. Then you can plug your ionizer back in and start processing water again. So there's no real magic in storing the water. There's just a couple of things you'll want to think about. You'll definitely want to avoid metal or stainless steel containers and the #1 PET containers like you'd buy bottled water in a convenience store. You can tell that it's a #1 PET bottle because there will be a #1 inside of a triangle on the bottom of the bottle. Avoid these. The acceptable containers are shown here. This is a Lexan container, which comes with a nice convenient carrying handle. You can purchase these in good health food stores. It's a hard plastic, much harder than the #1 PET. Generally says Lexan on it, and on the bottom we'll have a #7 inside the triangle. But best is glass. And this is just simply a 1-quart juice container from any store. And the best way to store the water is to fill it all the way to the top with no air contact, tightly closed, and then cooled in the refrigerator. If that's not possible, it's okay because the healthful values will last for quite a while. Ideally, the water will keep for about 2 days if it's filled this way in a glass container all the way to the top and kept in the refrigerator. But absolutely, the best way to drink the water is fresh out of the machine in a glass and just straight down. I just wanted to take a minute to summarize a few key points about optimizing and getting the most out of your ionizer. First, learn to use and master testing the water with the reagent kit. Test your tap water and then test the various setting levels on the machine because they'll all be different. Everybody's tap water is different around the country. Some areas are acidic, some areas are quite alkaline, and that will impact the level of alkalinity that you're able to achieve with the machine. So learn to use and master the reagent test kit. Next, you want to always remember, in conjunction with the alkalinity button on the machine, to remember that the flow rate through the machine helps control the alkalinity as well. The faster the machine processes the water, the lower the alkalinity. The slower the machine processes the water, the higher the alkalinity. So play with the buttons in conjunction with your flow rate to achieve the optimum levels, again remembering to test. And finally, you'll want to start with the low pH and slowly, gradually ramp up to a higher. And then you'll settle somewhere in the alkaline range between blue and purple, and it's very different for everybody. Just remember to listen to the wisdom of your body. It'll tell you what it likes.